Hello friends, welcome to this video. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. In the description box, I have provided some additional MicroStrategy interview questions video links. Do check them out. Now let's get started. The first question is the logical table size in MSTR same as the physical size of the table in warehouse? The answer is no, it's not the same. The physical size of the table in the warehouse depends on the number of rows, while MicroStrategy calculates the logical size of a table based on an algorithm. The logical size depends on columns in a table, the attributes to which these columns correspond to, and the various levels at which they exist in their respective hierarchies. The second question is, if multiple logical tables provide the required data to answer a query, which logical table will be hit in this case? So the table with lowest logical size will be hit because the table with low logical size has higher level of aggregation and the performance of accessing such a table is usually better. Third question is, if I want my query to hit a particular fact table always, but its logical size is not the least, then what can I do? In that case, we can manually define the logical size value in the table editor. The value can be made lower than my other fact tables. And after doing that, we have to check this option in the table editor, that is, preserve the logical size when updating schema information, so that when the schema is updated, the table logical size does not change. My fourth question is how to clear the cache for a particular report. For that, we have to browse to the report path in the developer. Do not go to the the search option and search for it. You have to browse to the path. Then right click on the report and there we get an option per the report cache. You have to click on this. Fifth question is how to disable the report caching for the entire project. For that, we have to go to the developer and go to the project configuration. There we have under caching the result caches, and here we can uncheck the enable report server caching. The sixth question is how to restrict the attribute from mapping the newly added tables. By default in MicroStrategy, we have the mapping method set as automatic for the attributes. So whenever a new table is added and the column is there in the table gets automatically mapped. So for in the attribute expression, we have to go and define the mapping method to manual. Seventh question is how to restrict all schema objects mapping to new tables. For that, we have to go to the warehouse catalog, and to each database instance this change has to be done. We have to go to the schema automatic mapping and select the option do not map schema objects to new tables. Eighth question is if revenue metric is less than 10K, then we want to color it in red in the report. So for conditional formatting, we have to use thresholds in MicroStrategy, and thresholds can be applied to attribute as well as metric qualification. We have to click on the threshold, and here we can define whether we want it between or greater than, and the color, the formatting what we need. Ninth question is it possible to create an alert email if the revenue drops in a report? The answer is yes, we can do it. We have to edit the report in web and apply the alerts to the metric where for which we want to check it. So in the alerts editor, we have the metric, we can define it, and the delivery settings like the mail has to go to whom. The 10th question is, what is the difference between consolidation and custom group? So consolidation is created using the attribute elements, while custom group is created using attributes and metrics. The arithmetic operations are allowed here. Arithmetic operations are not allowed here. It is calculated at the analytical engine. It is calculated at the warehouse level. It has a high SQL efficiency. It has low. And for consolidation, it is required that we know the exact data, that is the attribute elements, for us to group them into a consolidation. But for custom groups, since they are filters, it's not required to know the exact data. The next question is, can I use filters and prompts in intelligent cubes? Yes, we can use filters in intelligent cubes, but we cannot use prompts. However, the reports which are accessing the intelligent cube can use prompts to access the iCube data. What are the different types of derived elements? First is the group derived element, which is a combination of attribute elements compiled together into a single derived element. Filter derived element uses a filter qualification to determine the combination of attribute elements for a derived element. Calculation derived element uses operators and functions to combine attribute elements and derived elements into calculations that define a single derived element. Can I use consolidation and custom group in iCube and reports accessing iCube? No, we cannot use them. However, we can use derived elements which combine the features of consolidations and custom groups, and it can be used for reports accessing the iCube. We can't use them on the iCube, but on the reports. Our next question is, we have a cube-based report which returns no data. When we go and check the SQL, we can see the SQL displays a where 0 in the where clause. So what can be the possible reason for this? So this happens if there is a child-parent relationship between filter attribute and the iCube attribute. In such cases, the report data cannot be evaluated. Our 15th question is, what is dynamic sourcing? So it is a method which matches the regular reports to the published iCubes, thus allowing the regular reports to automatically access the published intelligent cubes that can satisfy the data requirements of that report. To support the dynamic sourcing, we need to configure the project, the iCubes, reports, attributes, metrics, and any aggregate tables which are being used. What is the difference between nested and compound metric? So nested metric is a type of simple metric where one aggregation function is enclosed inside another, while compound metric uses a non-group function which includes OLAP functions and scalar functions, or it can consist of two or more metrics joined by an arithmetic operator. Nested metric, we can set the level, condition, and the transformation. But for compound metric, we can't set it as a whole, even though the individual metrics will have it. 17th question is, what is a smart metric? So smart metrics are also called as smart totals. They are usually used on the compound metrics. They allow to change the default evaluation order of a compound metric. For example, a smart metric uses the formula sum of metric 1 divided by sum of metric 2 rather than sum of metric 1 by metric 2. What is the difference between metric join type and formula join type? So metric join type is used to determine how to combine the result of one metric with that of other metric, while formula join type determine how to combine the result set together within a metric. So this controls how the expressions or metrics within a compound matrix are joined. What are managed objects? These are created by system and stored in a special system folder. They are created when MDX3 is imported or freeform SQL reports are created. We can view them by modifying our search options. Here we have to check the display managed objects and display managed objects only. What is the difference between report filter and report limit? A report filter affects the data used to calculate metrics and will appear in the SQL where clause. Report limits are applied at the level of the report after the metrics are calculated. Report limit does not affect how the metrics are calculated and will appear in the SQL where clause, having clause. What is the difference between report limit and view filter? So report limit restricts the size of report data set that is returned from the data warehouse, while view filter filters the data that is already present in the report results. It is evaluated by re-executing the SQL against the warehouse, whereas it is not. Report limit can include prompts during report runtime, but a view filter cannot. Report limit allows only the metric qualifications, while view filter can allow both metric and attribute qualification. Can I create a freeform SQL report in web? No, we can't create it in web. We have to use the MicroStrategy developer for creating it. However, once it is created, we can run them in web as well as developer. Can I create and edit dossier in developer? No, we cannot create and edit them in MicroStrategy developer. Can I apply security filter to a single user? Answer is yes, we can apply by using the user editor. We have this option security filter for the user editor. We have to go to this and apply the security filter. Our last question is, a user has S1 security filter applied directly to his ID and he inherits S2 security filter from user group. So which security filter will be applied to him? The answer is, it depends on how the security filter merge is set up for a project. If we go to the project configuration of a project, and there we have to go to security filter. Here we can see the security filter merge has two options. Union the security filters if they are related attributes and intersect them if they are unrelated. This is the default one which is checked by default. And second is intersect all the security filters. So based on what your admin has selected, the security filters will be applied. Thank you for watching.